Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today we are back with another pick a card reading, asking Spirit what you need to focus on. And this topic came to me from my spirit guides. So I'm honoring it today and I'm hoping that the messages will really resonate with you. Okay, with that being said, we have 3 piles today and I felt guided to ask for 2 cards, 2 primary cards for each of the groups. And almost magically, the 2 cards completely relate to each other. And you'll see in your respective group how that came to be, or how that is true. Anyway, first group, first pile has the crystal, the moss agate, Merkaba. Lovely stone. The second pile with the second message has the green aventurine Merkaba. And I'm being told now, sometimes the number also may resonate with you. 1, 2, and 3. So if the crystals don't resonate, really tune into the number of the piles. Okay, and the third pile with the third message is the Sakura agate. They're telling me to tell you that this is the cherry blossom stone, in case that means something to someone. Okay, so as always, take a moment, connect in, and when you're ready, go to the timestamps down below, and I will see you at your reading. Welcome, group number 1, to your pick a card reading. Today we are asking Spirit, what should you focus on now? What requires your attention at this moment? So, Spirit guided me to use the tuning forks to clear the energy between my readings, at least for this one today. So I'm going to grab my 256 tuning fork, and you can just take a breath. You might feel the energy if you're very sensitive, asking Spirit to please help me clear the energy now. Wow, that's pretty strong on my end. Okay, so lovely group number 1. You chose the moss agate. Should that be relevant, which it probably will, I will talk about the moss agate, but let's reveal your primary cards. Okay, so you have, actually this one came up first, gratitude. This is the Dream Ritual Oracle, by the way. Gratitude and reflect. Okay, inviting my spirit guides in now, asking for group number 1 what they need to focus on. So I'm hearing the word presence, to be present. They're telling me that there's been a lot of restlessness in this group, a lot of moving around, restlessness. They're showing me the 9 of Swords, worry, anxiety. My heart is actually starting to race as I tune into your energy. My hands are also getting clammy. And I'm starting to get the beginnings of a headache. And I'm feeling pressure in my jaw. I don't know if any of you clench your jaw or grind your teeth at night. I'm hearing the word nervous system. Yeah, you guys are, I'm getting like that whole panic, the constellation of symptoms when somebody feels panicked. Whoa, I feel very ungrounded. Okay, yes, oh my God, my hands. If that is you, my heart, just got a big yes on that. My heart goes out to you. I'm also a psychologist, so I work with panic disorder all the time. I'm actually starting to shake a little bit here. Don't like that feeling. So they're tuning me into the tree and now the moss agate. A lot of grounding needed for this group. A lot of grounding. I'm hearing the word uncertainty about your future. With the houses here, I wonder if this is about where you're going to live, or if you're moving now, feeling a little unsteady, feeling uprooted. I'm hearing rather. I'm also feeling that actually. I'm hearing, I just want a place to call my own. I just want a place to call my own. I just want a place to call my home. Yes, okay. So the symptoms are leaving me now, so I gave the message that needs to be told. So this group really needs grounding. Simple message. Moss agate, this is a crystal of grounding. Okay? And with the tree here, there's something about setting up roots. Setting up roots. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're telling me that your new home is going to feel like your sanctuary, and you're going to feel much more grounded in this home, and you're going to feel grateful for finally having a home that feels like your sanctuary. Let me just ask my spirit guides for those who are not moving. They're saying that some of you have just been feeling restless, lost. I'm hearing the word lost, up in the clouds. Yeah, I feel like my throat chakra is being activated now, almost like heartburn with the headache and this feeling in my throat. It feels like heartburn. I don't know if any of you are suffering with digestive issues. Yeah, just feeling really ungrounded. It's interesting, they're showing me with the Merkaba here and the stars at the bottom here. There is something about needing to bring your soul star chakra down into the earth. Yeah, I'm starting to clear through the body. Yeah, so there's some kind of healing. Where does this healing need to happen? They're showing me the solar plexus chakra. Yeah, so some of you might have digestive issues. So you need to ground some of this energy from the upper chakras into the lower chakras. You need to bring this, they're showing me like a funnel of golden light through the Kundalini channel down into your solar plexus chakra, down into your sacral, down into your root, and into the ground. Okay, so you need to bring some of that energy. That my headache just went away. So some of you are just really up in your minds, overthinking, overanalyzing. Okay, a lot of worry going on. Yeah. Okay, the healing starting again through my body, the clearing. For those of you who don't know, I clear through my body, through its clearing energy. It comes across kind of like burping, although you may not hear it. That's what it feels like to me, and yawning. So there's a lot of detoxing happening in this group right now. I don't know if you guys have been feeling really tired lately. You know, when I started this reading, I felt so profoundly exhausted. I had to put my legs up just to get my blood pressure to go up. So some of you actually might feel like your blood pressure is dropping, or you feel very dizzy or discombobulated. So if you feel so inclined, put your legs up to get your blood flowing from your ankles back to your heart. Yes, I'm getting a thumbs up on that. There's a lot of physical manifestations of imbalance with this group right now, which is okay. You're just clearing. You're trying to find, I'm hearing, a sacred space to call your own. Mm-hmm. Now with reflect, let me just ask, I keep hearing the word transformation for this group, which might sound a little trite, I imagine, for some of you, but just go with it for now, please. Yeah, there's something that I'm hearing you need to look upon your life and see what isn't working for you anymore. Yeah, they're saying your surroundings are just not reflective of your authentic spirit, and that's why some of you have been feeling a little ungrounded and a little unsteady, and maybe why you're actually moving. It feels like a way that you've been doing things in your life isn't working for you anymore. They're saying that you've been doing some kind of ritual every day. It might be the breakfast that you eat, the time of day that you shower, they're giving me. Yeah, they're giving me the times of day that they're saying you nourish yourself. That could be with food, but also with certain activities that feel nice to you, that it's a little too rote. They just want you to look upon the way you are engaging your life day in, day out, and see if perhaps there needs to be a subtle change somewhere. I'm hearing Capricorn. Saturnian energy is what they're saying, which is the everyday tasks, needing to focus on how you're living your life day in and day out, and where do you feel more grounded and where do you feel uprooted. Yeah. They want you to focus on how things feel in your body right now. So for those of you looking for a home, they're suggesting that when you walk into a home, don't just focus on whether the fixtures are nice or whether it has a, sun or nice views, but how does it feel in your gut? How does it feel to you in your gut? And that you need to be grounded when you go look for a home, because you're going to have the world reflect what you're feeling inside. So if you're feeling ungrounded, you may not choose the right partner. I don't know, that was not what I meant to say, the right home. But they literally just put that word in my mouth. That's been happening recently, where they've been putting words in my mouth that I'm not even thinking. Okay, so perhaps with partners as well, you must feel very grounded. There's a lot of self-reflection, self-inner work that may be particularly important for this group right now, to get yourself feeling more grounded. They're saying your outside is reflecting your inside in large part. And so when you feel steady, when you feel calm inside, when you feel centered, it's easier for you to select those things, even in the everyday, like what you eat, as well as choosing a home or a partner, that will align to your highest timeline, to your highest vibrational self, when you're steady in the inside. They're giving me the recommendation for this group to look into Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, that this might be a book that some of you might be interested in, if this reading so far resonates with you. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside. Yeah? They're telling me that I might need to move the cards throughout the reading, but for now I'm going to put them aside. Okay, which deck? The Sacred Destiny? Okay, so we're going to pull a couple of cards from the Sacred Destiny deck, asking Spirit for further messages for group number 1 about what they need to focus on. What do they need to focus on? My guides, please, I invite you in. Please show us very, very clearly. They're telling me to shuffle. It's this ungrounded energy, you guys. It's like vibrating through my body right now. Okay. Show us clearly, please. What does group number 1, wow, need to focus on? Flow. Okay. That's pretty much on point with what we've been talking about. Stillness. Anything else? No. Okay. So it seems like you guys are getting a pretty straightforward message. This all feels very nighttime to me. Quiet, stillness, grace towards the self. The swan always reflects grace to me. And they're telling me grace turned inward. So this group really needs to focus on turning grace on yourself. This is about patience, forgiveness, combined with flow. Being in the stillness of your heart and welcoming in higher wisdom. With the moon here reflecting on the water, there's again this idea of reflection. You have two moons here. They're telling me that there's something that you've been avoiding, something that you don't want to see. Spirit is gently asking to make space for that space of anxiety within you where you feel unsettled. They're giving such warmth to this group where they're saying it's not so easy to go within. It's not so easy to be in the stillness because there's something that feels unsteady within you, but you actually know what it is. They're telling me you actually know what it is. And you've been avoiding it. You don't want to look at it, they're telling me. And they're saying just pour some grace on yourself. That you can look upon whatever this anxiety is and just hold this conscious, sacred patience with yourself to gently look upon that. Whatever that worry is, that anxiety, whatever's keeping you up at night. They're telling me some of you are up at night with the little lights in the home here. They're saying some of you are up in the middle of the night, tossing and turning. They're saying if you toss and turn during the night, allow yourself to get out of bed, maybe sit in a comfy chair, look at the stars at night, and just put your hands over your heart and ask, what is so concerning to me right now? And just glide on the still waters of your heart, they're saying. Glide on the still waters of your heart and just gently ask, what is it that I'm so concerned about? And let the answer rise out of you. It's a very simple message, you guys, but that's what you're getting. Let's see with the Archangel Metatron deck what else we can get for you guys, okay? So this deck really wants to speak. Okay, this deck always speaks to me. I feel very connected to Archangel Metatron. This one. Dragon strength and joy and happiness. Okay, so first they're telling me that we're looking at the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra again. There is some energy from these vortices, these chakra centers in your body that want to open, that want to clear. But there's some worry that's blocking these chakras from opening. Your strength, your joy and happiness is waiting to be unearthed, is waiting to be pulled up. But some kind of worry needs to be cleared. Something needs to be cleared here. Let me just tune in with my guides and ask a little bit more. What else do you want group 1 to know about what they need to focus on? Okay, I just heard the word creativity. So again, worry, fear blocks creativity. But they're telling me that I'm speaking to a highly creative group of people where you might feel a little stuck or stagnant in your creative spirit. You know what? I want to get some tarot cards here for you guys. I wasn't planning on doing this. I was only planning on a short reading today, but I want to ask Spirit, if you clear some of this block, if you create more space for stillness, okay, and you tune into your sacral and solar plexus chakra and you seek to clear that energy up and out through your crown, you really create space to be in the stillness to clear this energy. And you open up to your strength and you open up to your joy and happiness. What's on the other side of this clearing? What do we have? And we have the Fool. New beginning. We have some kind of new beginning. I just got a big yes. So the message is very clear for this group. What you need to focus on is stillness, self-reflection. Give acknowledgement to any anxiety or worries that you're currently experiencing. Allow yourself to be in the space of the anxiety. Where are you avoiding? Where are you avoiding a feeling, a thought, something that you have to do even? Where are you getting stuck in the everyday doing of the same thing over and over and over again? Bring a little bit of space, expand a little bit of space within which you can fully acknowledge. Just by acknowledging those emotions, those fears, those thoughts, they begin to clear. You don't need to deeply analyze or understand everything. You just need to make space for it. Then your strength will start to feel rooted. You'll start to feel strengthened just by doing this practice. You will allow more joy and happiness to flourish. And your new beginning will emerge, whatever that might be. You might be moving into a new home. I'm just asking Spirit, what else with this new beginning? I'm hearing vitality and health. So some of you might actually start to have a turn of health. What else new? I'm seeing the crown chakra opening. So some of you might advance in your spiritual awakening paths. What else, Spirit? For some reason, I'm seeing teeth. I'm seeing teeth. So some of you might need to go to the dentist. You might have been ignoring the dental pain I'm seeing. What else does this group need to know before we wrap? I'm hearing cleansing your space. Some of you are stuck because your space is cluttered, I'm hearing. Clean out the closet, I'm hearing. Clean out the closet. I'm also seeing items from past relationships that need to be cleared. Yeah, and some of you are just still connected with old lovers, I'm seeing. So you really want to clean out physical, material things that connect you with those old partners. That's going to help you with your new beginning. They're showing me that some of you are saying, I want this new start, but you're still tethered to something that it looks like an anchor, something that is holding you down from this new beginning. You're afraid of letting something old go. This could be, you're showing me even old clothes, or maybe some of you have lost weight, but you're still holding on to clothes that don't fit you anymore or don't suit you. Some of you, this is like an old style that doesn't suit you anymore. They're encouraging this group to get into some kind of state of flow, which is about clearing inner clutter, right? Creating space to release feelings, thoughts, okay, that don't serve you. Looking at your everyday way of doing things and releasing patterns, rituals that aren't working for you, foods that don't work for you anymore, clothes, material things, objects that connect you to old places, to old people. They're saying if you're moving, that's a great time to throw a lot of things away or donate. Donate. That's a great energy exchange. Anything else for group number 1? That's it. Very simple message for you guys, but I hope it resonated because that came out really clearly and really strongly for this group. So with that, I'm going to close out the readings. Thank you so much, you guys, for staying for the reading. Until the next time, I send you so much love and so many blessings. Take very good care. Welcome, group number 2. So today we are asking Spirit what you need to focus on. So my guides guided me to use my 256 tuning fork to clear between the readings. For reasons I guess I don't need to share, but there's been a lot of interference, okay? So just bear with me. Those of you who are sensitive will likely feel this tone. Okay. Welcome, group number 2. Thank you for being here for this reading. You chose the green aventurine. I'm hearing the word success for this group. Green aventurine is a stone of abundance. I'm seeing a big sunflower. I don't know if that was on these cards, so that might be a remembrance. They're just giving me the thumbs up to turn the cards over. Oh, so we have the word adventure, or not the word, I'm sorry, the card adventure. This does look like a cornucopia to me, even though it's not, it's a shell, but they're showing it to me like a cornucopia. So with the word success, I do believe that what you need to focus on right now is I'm hearing the word productivity. Productivity. I'm hearing that some of you are repeating the same way of doing your work, and you're being guided now to be more creative. Some of you are already very creative and you've had a lot of ideas about how to bring your work or your career or your whatever it is that you work with day in and day out. You've had ideas about how to bring it to the next level, but you've been questioning it. Should I take that next step? Should I risk it? And Spirit is giving me a huge yes. There's some kind of risk that you need to take in order to bring in your cornucopia of abundance. You will be successful. And the second card is passion. Beautiful. I mentioned at the start of these readings that the two cards that came out were so intrinsically linked. It was magical when I pulled them. I'm starting to clear through my body, you guys. Some of you guys know I clear through my body. So you guys are healing as you're listening to this message. It seems odd to some people, but the clearing happens through yawns, burps, shaking, a lot of different ways, but it's just through my body. It's an unusual experience, but there it is. Yeah, very highly creative group. Highly creative. They're saying, they're showing these, they look like little falling stars, but they're showing it to me as rain. And they're saying that, oh yes, and with the waters here in this card as well, they're showing me that some of you have been using your smarts. I'm hearing some of you are very, very bright. Wow. Very smart. Incredibly smart. I'm hearing business acumen. Very smart people. But you're not using your emotions enough. Just like group one, they're showing me the sacral and the solar plexus chakra. Your emotional cells and your sense of power, your I am consciousness, who and what am I, what are my values. They want you to open up to your creative spirit from your gut, not just from the mind, but from your gut. What feels right to you? What makes you feel enlivened? Yeah, they're telling me something needs to be watered right now, that you have a seedling of brilliance, I'm hearing, a flash of brilliance, and you doubt it. You doubt it. This reminds me of some Yogananda teachings about how doubt, how does he say it? I don't want to misquote him, or he talks something about how doubt throws you out of your truth. I say with all due respect in case I'm getting that slightly incorrect, but how doubt really halts our ascension and our growth as souls. So focus on where you experience doubt, this group, and allow yourself to be in that energy so that it can move up and out of you, where you can transcend it in some kind of way. I'm hearing your emotions hold the answer. They're giving advice to this group. If you're doing something that you don't feel passionate about, ask yourself why. Why are you allowing yourself to engage your precious time, I'm hearing, your sacred time, in something that you don't feel all that passionate about? And brainstorm on that a little bit. That's interesting that they use the word brainstorm, because they're combining brain, right? Oh, I'm getting a big yes on that. Brain, which is your brilliance, and storm, which is this rain here, which are your emotions. Brainstorm. Never thought about that word like that before. Brilliant. I love that. They're asking this group also to have a bit more fun, because fun will bring up your creativity. They're showing this this conch to me as an ice cream cone now. Some of you might be eating ice cream as you're listening to this, but they're showing it to me like having fun. This looks like a sugar cone to me now. Yeah, they're saying go out, have fun, have some ice cream, bring some sweetness into your life. Yes, with the swing here, they're showing me having fun will be a portal to awakening your creative spirit. Having fun for this group, experiencing pleasure, whether it be an ice cream cone or going to the park and swinging on a swing, or dancing in the rain, they're showing me, or planting, gardening for some of you, okay? Maybe going to the beach for some of you, maybe taking care of some animals, your animal friends. That's the portal through which your creativity will start to blossom, I'm hearing. That's where your success lies. I'm hearing heart-mind coherence. Heart-mind coherence. Okay, so there's something about these particular chakras. The sacral, yes, but it's really the solar plexus, the heart, and the third eye. That's how I'm seeing it. That's how they're showing it to me. Aligning those three chakras. That's where you're going to build your foundation with the coral reef here. When you start anchoring in your choices into your solar plexus, which is your authentic spirit, as well as your creative spirit, when you anchor your ideas and your decisions in your life in that space, that's where things blossom for you. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. Just connecting in with my guides one more time here, please. Just give me one moment. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. What does group number 2 need to focus on? In addition to what you've said, can you expound upon the message, please? What do they need to focus on right now? Group number 2. What do they need to focus on, please? And thank you. Show me clearly, please, Spirit. Okay, they're showing me this. Release. What a stunning card that is. And what else, Spirit? Please show me clearly. Voyage. Interesting. So first of all, we've got blossoming here. This feels like springtime to me. So something may come to fruition by springtime for this group, or you might have a goal set for something to come to fruition in the springtime. I know this looks like fall, but they gave me spring as a time of blossoming. There are flowers under this tree here. Again, there's something raining down. I'm hearing higher consciousness. Again, it's about transcending the everyday mind and really pulling from the higher mind here. So they are showing me again this idea of brainstorming, where you don't rush ahead to what you think you need to do, but actually sitting down with a pad and paper and just writing what comes to mind. They're also giving me the idea of, what is that called? What is that called, Spirit, please? A vision board. Thank you. Doing some kind of vision board for your future. They're showing that to me to be as a form of release, where you just let your creativity flow out of you, flow out of you. Now, I'm not quite sure I understand the voyage card. Let me just, okay, so they're saying this is not a race to the finish line. This is not a race. In other words, I think I just got bitten by a mosquito. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted. They're saying that this is a voyage, that there's something that needs to be treated with more sacredness and sanctity, that you're creating something beautiful here in your life, this group. Something that's not just going to be successful, but that's going to be true, that you're going to experience true abundance by. And they're showing it to me like a mama whale here. It looks like an orca whale, maybe, with the baby here, that there's something that you're birthing anew that's going to stand the test of time. Again, with the coral here being the foundation. This is a voyage through your life. Whatever you guys are building here, this is not something that could be hastily done. They're also showing me these as different seasons. This being summer, this being spring, this fall. So you're going through the seasons of your life with whatever you are building out now. You're meant to treat it as a long-term goal rather than something that you just need to get now. They're giving me the word urgency, that this group has been feeling a sense of urgency, and they want you to pull back a little bit and just take stock a little bit of what you've already achieved, and take a beat right at this juncture in your life to brainstorm, to bring up your creative spirit, to take a moment to consider your options. Because the next step that you're going to take is going to blow open a whole new avenue where all new abundance has the potential to come in. So they're telling me to tell you to tread carefully and slowly. Now let's get a few cards from the Metatron deck. Let's get a bit more information here. Spirit, can you show group number 2 clearly what they need to focus on? Please, and thank you. Show us clearly, please. So, this one. And this one. Okay. So we have purity and innocence. Interesting. We have the diamond here. We have another indication of wealth and abundance. And we have as above, so below, heaven and earth. Okay, tune me in, please. Okay. There's something about this group that you need to understand how your higher mind, how your higher consciousness plays a huge role in your everyday life. So with the purity card here, the purity and innocence, we have something that is altogether three-dimensional, a diamond. And then we have something that is very fifth dimensional and above. We have these angel wings. And now we have the as above, so below. It's the same idea. Pulling from the earth and the higher realms at the same time. This group needs to learn how to connect in with their higher guidance. There's something about needing to do something differently, where you need to engage your life in a slightly different way, where you're pulling more from not only your creative spirit, but now they're showing me the higher mind. So I'm seeing meditation would be very helpful for this group. Yeah, again, we have the word heaven and earth, diamonds and angels. There's something about redirecting. I'm hearing the word redirecting now. It's interesting. We have a 6 here and then we have a 5. There's something about taking the energy from your higher mind and grounding it down and grounding it down. It's a slight redirect for this group. Again, a very simple message. But there's a message about doing something slightly different to get you on a higher timeline. I want to get just a couple of tarot cards just for a little bit more insight for this group. Can you clarify the primary cards, please, for this group? What do they need to focus on with adventure and passion? What do they need to focus on, please? Show me clearly. Thank you. Queen of Swords. Very interesting. This is about gaining clarity. Okay? gaining clarity from your power. Your power is your solar plexus, okay? Getting very clear about what you desire and what are you doing to get what you desire. Rethink the methods with which you are using, the methods that you are using, I will say simply, that you are using to get what you want, and something needs to be changed there. Can you clarify the release and voyage, please, with what group number 2 needs to focus on? We have the Empress. Empress is about fertility, about birthing something. You have an idea. This group is sitting on, I'm hearing you're sitting on $1 million idea. You guys are sitting on something. You haven't taken that next step because you need clarity. You need to get very clear about what your idea is and how you're getting after your idea, because what you're sitting on is $1 million idea. This is the Empress. Can you clarify the last 2 cards here? White and as above, so below. Can you clarify these last 2 cards, please, about what they need to focus on? Please and thank you. Show me clearly what they need to focus on. The Moon. There's something, they're showing this to me as, I'm hearing the words occult knowledge. Wow. They're showing to me something in your intuition, something in the recesses of your mind, something that is hidden in the recesses of your mind needs to birth itself. So you guys need to take a little bit of time grounding, getting into your creative spirit, calling on your higher guidance to pull up the wisdom that resides within you. And I'm hearing that you're tiptoeing around an idea and you need to, they're showing me putting a sword in it, like putting like a target on it. You all know what this is, but you haven't clarified it yet. And all you need to do is create some space for this to emerge, to get out of your heads and into your guts, into your solar plexus chakra. And again, a nice portal for you to get into this energy is play, is pleasure, as well as meditation. There is something that wants to be birthed here. That's going to be some kind of $1 million idea, something that's going to bring you great success and abundance and true abundance. That's going to stand the test of time. That's going to run through your life. But you need to make some space for it in order to get clarity. And it's something that you have wisdom about already that's in the background that needs space to come to the forefront. The way that the Empress is looking squarely at me, it's going to hit you right in the middle of the eyes. That's how it's going to come up. Boom. There's going to be sort of a sense of enlightenment. This is the $1 million idea. This is exactly what I need to do right now. And then they're saying, trust your gut. Trust your gut with that. Okay? All right, you guys, that's your message for today. I hope that that made sense. If it did, please let me know by commenting down below. So with that, you guys, I bid you adieu. So much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 3. So today we are asking Spirit what you need to focus on. So I was guided by Spirit to clear the space between groups using my tuning fork today. So those of you who are sensitive will likely feel this tuning fork. Let's begin. Clearing the space for group number 3. Whoa, your vibration is so much more intense than the last 2. I felt that the first group had the lightest vibration, followed by the second, and now you guys had the most. So I feel like there's probably the most clearing for this group, or it might just be the most invigorating energy that you guys need to move forward on your path. We shall see which one it is in the reading. Okay, so you chose the beautiful Sakura agate. We'll see how that comes up in the reading. So, just taking a breath for a moment here. Okay. So yeah, so you definitely did need, oh, I'm already clearing through my body, you guys. Wow. Okay, so some of you know that I yawn and it's like a burp. I know that sounds a little vulgar, but any of you who've ever worked with shamans, they do the same kind of clearing. So I clear through the body. I'm highly clairsentient. And the other level of clairsentience that is coming up for me is heavy clearing through my body, which is yawning, shaking, vibrating, and this weird kind of burping. I wish there was another word for that because it's not, it's like it's clearing of energy. So I just got a heavy dose of that clearing right as I tuned into this group. And now we have the card revisit and the card heal. So that's why your vibration was so intense. And I pulled these cards a day or two ago, so I did not remember what was under these cards, but perhaps my subconscious did. I'm not trying to spiritually bypass here. Okay, so let's begin. My guides, please tune me into group number 3 and this card revisit. I'm hearing that some of you are experiencing nostalgia right now. This is specifically about your childhood. I'm hearing days that were simpler. Some of you are feeling nostalgic for days that were simpler. I'm right there with you if you feel that way. Where things were just easier and you've been feeling grief, I'm hearing. Longing for a time where things were more simple. Where the air was clean and clear. I'm hearing where I could just sleep through the night without any concerns. Some of you are taken back to your childhood because it feels like that might have been a time where the world felt simple. They're saying not so much that you had an easy childhood. It's more about the world they're showing me at large. This group is worried about what's going on in the world. I did not expect that. Yeah, I'm hearing that this group is crying for the world suffering on so many fronts. They're giving me flashes of news. I'm seeing the Middle East. Some of you are crying over that situation. I'm with you on that, by the way. Some of you are just crying over the earth. They're giving me this message from Ann Tucker. Some of you know she channels the angelic realm. I briefly saw one of her videos, but I don't remember if I heard it in her video or I read it in the comments, but there was some notion about how the world, how planet Earth is feeling very isolated right now and feeling very alone, and how she feels abandoned by us. And some of you resonate with her energy, where you might have felt abandoned or lost and feeling quite alone, or feeling as if you resonate with the earth suffering right now. And so your guides are just asking you to focus on, I'm hearing self-nourishment, compassion. I'm just seeing someone put a hand on their heart. Remember, you have the capacity to heal yourself. And we have so much energy pouring out of the palms of our, our hands, the palms of our hands. Oh my God, I couldn't speak there for a moment. the emotion of this group is very profound. It's very, very deep. There's a lot of grief and a lot of aching in this group. So I'm just putting my hand over my heart, sending healing to this group now. You can just say, I receive now as I send this out to you. You can let me know if you received that. I'm hearing the tide is turning for this collective and for Earth herself. A reminder that she will birth anew, and you will too, alongside her. So with the Sakura agate, we're looking at cherry blossoms here. That's what Sakura is. It's the cherry blossoms in Japanese. So just like the cherry blossoms fall from the tree, they birth again. So they're just showing me a very simple process of birth, blossoming, and then death, and then renewal, over and over and over and over again. And that this group needs to focus on the idea that everything renews itself. Everything births itself again and again and again. And I'm hearing this too shall pass. This storm shall pass, I'm hearing. There's a lot of watery energy with this group. A lot of watery energy. I'm hearing the word melancholy. Maybe some of you have been going through some inner storms. Hearing depression for some of you, feeling a little depressed. That doesn't have to be clinical, by the way. It can just be energetically feeling a little low, a little tired, a little exhausted, actually, I'm getting. Like, when are things going to change? And Spirit is really guiding this group to show yourselves just some grace and compassion. To be in this energy, let yourself cry, let yourself release. They're saying that you may call upon those simpler times, not just with nostalgia, but that your imagination is a portal to manifestation. So if you bring up that feeling of what it feels like to be in simpler times where there wasn't something on fire every single day in the news, where you just went in and out of your days with ease, to call up that feeling again, because you can manifest that just by calling it up in your imagination and coupling that with the intention to bring that energy back in the fold onto this planet. Okay, let's pull a card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Spirit, what does group number 3 need to focus on now, please and thank you? What does group number 3 need to focus on now, please and thank you? I haven't even looked at the clock, you guys. I don't even know what time it is. I really got so lost in this energy, you guys. I just send my love and blessings and healing out to you, truly, if this is your reading. Oh, and we have happiness. That's a real foil to what we've been experiencing here, isn't it? I feel like happiness is not so much about what you focus on. It's more about reminding yourselves, let me just clean that slate. Reminders to you that you can still experience happiness whilst you're in the experience of challenge, that they don't conflict with one another, that you can find moments of levity even while you're experiencing some of the heaviness, that they don't need to crash into each other. That is a gentle reminder to this group. There's also just a reminder here about play. Group number 2 also got play. Play is important. What else, Spirit? Purification. We've got water again here. We have water in all the cards. So these look like shooting stars, but in these cards, sometimes it comes across as water to me, and that's how it's being shown to me. Water, 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 water. There's something that needs to be cleansed and cleared out, right? We have sun, sunflower, sun in both of these cards. How beautiful is that? So there's a focus on purification, on cleansing through tears, through emotional release. Focusing on what is good, what is currently good. They're showing this to me as light and dark, right? There are both moons in these cards and suns in these cards. So they're showing me this polarity between what feels dark and what feels light. And they're showing me the symbol of the yin yang, that light exists within the dark and dark exists within the light. So it's not just about balance. It's about remembering that there is always a spark of light, even within the dark. And they want you to look for the light, not to run away from the dark, but to allow yourself to survive the dark and then thrive, not to drown in it. They gave me the word drown just there. They've been putting words directly into my mouth without my thinking. That's what they're showing me. They don't want you to drown in your emotion. You see, the dolphins are almost flying above this wave here. And this little sunflower is, hello, I'm so bright even while it's raining. I'm drinking in the water. They're not bent over. There's one back here that's bent over, but they're highlighting this beautiful sunflower. Boom. Okay? Flowers may be very important for this group. So rising above the emotional tumult, looking for the light is where this group needs to focus. Allowing the emotions to flow up and out of you, and then rising above. Let's get a few more messages from the Archangel Metatron deck here. Please and thank you. What does group number 3 need to focus on, please? What does group number 3 need to focus on? So we have this card and we have this card. Thank you so much, Spirit. And we have signs from Spirit with love. So they did show me that the flowers, cherry blossoms, sunflowers, flowers in general, seem to be a sign. There's a lot of nature. a lot of nature here, my goodness. So perhaps a little bird, feathers, signs from Spirit. So some of you, when you're feeling a lot of heaviness, sometimes Spirit can help bring levity by bringing signs. I remember I've had a lot of challenging times in my life, but I'm thinking about one time in my life in particular about, I don't know, time escapes me now, maybe 15 years ago, let's say. I was moving from one side of the city to another, and I really was just a shadow of myself. And I started seeing feathers everywhere. And not pigeon feathers, bright white, little tiny feathers. I remember one was suspended in the air in front of me, and there was no one on the sidewalk. It was just suspended in the air as if there was a string hanging from the sky. It was not moving. It was one of the most magical moments. And I asked Spirit, is this for me? And then the feather blew up and sort of spun around in the air. And it just brought me to tears. I have a sense that this group is going to experience something like that. I'm hearing keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes peeled. And any of these images, by the way, might be your totems. Dolphins might be a totem to you, okay? Dolphins always remind me of Atlantis, always. You're telling me to turn over this last card? Oh, wow. Talk about blue, talk about emotions. Madonna and mothering, blue. It's a very interesting card indeed. It does feel, again, I just mentioned Atlantis and blue robes. When I have remembrances of being a high priestess in Atlantis, and I see myself very tall and wearing this blue robe. And this always reminds me of that. I have a sense that some of you, this is a totally different energy, but I'm going to go with it. Some of you are healing wounds from Atlantis. Yes, I'm getting a big yes on that in my clear audience this time. And now I'm getting a lot of pressure in my third eye. Some of this grief, this heaviness, having to do with water, has to do with the grief from Atlantis for some of you. I mean, many of us drowned in Atlantis. And those of us who didn't drown feel tremendous grief about those other souls that did drown. And I'm actually starting to get emotional about that. So there's something karmic being cleared for this group I'm seeing. So this group really needs to focus on emotional release. They're saying you don't need to understand what you are emotionally releasing because it's so much deeper than your mind can even understand. There's something, yeah, and that's why this is an 11 card, the 29, because you guys are starting to move into your mastership at this juncture in your life. So that's why the word purification is here, I see. This is not just healing something that's happened in this life. This is karmic clearing. I'm getting a huge yes on that. Your third eye is opening, this group. I hope that's what you desire, because that's what's happening for you guys. With signs and Atlantis energy here, you guys are actually clearing something through your lineage, yes, on the mother side, stemming all the way back to Atlantis. Do any of you guys have any fear of water, drowning, problems swimming, anything like that? I'd be interested. Or I'm hearing the word suffocation. Like they're giving me somebody being afraid of being in an MRI machine or a CAT scan. That's a bit unusual, but that's what they're giving me. That's clearing now. Those fears are clearing right now. These irrational, where you can't pinpoint why you have these worries, why you have these fears. This stems back to Atlantis. They're also showing me Mount Vesuvius. So some of you who were in Atlantis might have also been victims of Mount Vesuvius, the eruption that occurred in that particular epoch where tons of people were buried alive. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but for this group, I reckon you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So you might have been suffocating with a lot of emotions because these particular past lives, these energies are clearing right now and they're being purified. So this group, it's very important to pay attention to signs, make space for your emotions, and possibly go in the water. If you feel ready or so inclined, this would be a good time to swim in the ocean if you can. Is there anything more for this group? I can pull, okay. So I'm going to pull a final tarot card. Maybe there'll be a couple, we'll see. What else do you want group 3 to know about what they need to focus on? 3 of Cups, that's very interesting. The middle girl, so they're telling me to disregard the 3 of Cups with all respect to the tarot. Do you see the middle girl is wearing a blue robe? It's just verification that you guys are starting to come. Let me just hear what my guides want to tell me with this. They're showing me the third eye chakra becoming, like this card, becoming open, but they're showing it to me here. So it is your soul star chakra awakening. Yes. Whatever you guys are going through right now, this is to awaken you to your next level of ascension. That's very interesting. I never noticed that on that card. What else, Spirit? Anything else? What else, Spirit? And we have cups, by the way, which is water. Okay, we have more water. And we have what looks like little cherries in the tree. And we've got the cherry blossom here. So again, signs and synchronicities here. I mean, actually, the ones down here look like cherry blossoms, even though it's not on a tree. But those sure as heck look like cherry blossoms to me. I'm hearing that there is some nostalgia for old friendships, that old friends of yours might be returning. That's just a random message there. What else for group number 3, please? For group number 3, what else do they need to know? What else do they need to focus on? Anything else, Spirit? They're saying one more. Just show me that card, please. This one. 10 of Cups. So, guys, we have, oh my goodness, we have more water here. And we have, again, families, friends and family. Okay, that's this revisit card. There is something about reconnecting with people and how you might get support during this time from friends and family that's going to be sort of vital to this release, to this healing. But they're also showing it to me as the utter wish fulfillment emotionally, the utter wish fulfillment emotionally for this group, that as you clear this energy, you're actually going to experience a massive leap forward on your awakening paths. That's again going to feel like wish fulfillment. And they're showing me that under this little green jacket, this man is wearing blue as well. So you might want to buy a blue blanket or something, a blue shawl. If you do resonate with Atlantis, if you do resonate with High Priestess energy, that might help you awaken. They're also showing me kyanite and lapis lazuli as the stones for this group. Okay, you guys received an entirely different message than the other 2 groups. So with that, I'm going to close out the reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. This was very beautiful indeed. Pleasure being in this energy with you guys. And if any of this resonated with you, my viewers, I love you. You know I love to hear from you. Please comment down below. And if nothing else, I send you so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care.